check. I think
We are live on Facebook. Hello, Facebook.
And this is we're already doing the YouTube video, so we are all set.
and
Cool.
we're also live on Twitch.
All right. Welcome to Elite One Sports,
Episode 3.
episode 3. Yeah, sorry guys, we missed last week. Just he had to work, the biggest thing, and some other stuff on my end. Of course, you know, I'm Blake,
I'm Ryan.
and social media manager Tyler's back here. Might pop in and make an appearance. We also are live on Facebook, and we'll be posting to YouTube later because we are in a local coffee house, we'll put it that way. And so they won't let YouTube, I guess we don't have enough subscribers yet to go live on a mobile device.
Yeah.
Okay, just trying to keep up is just hard. And now there's a delay that's throwing me off here.
Delay on everything.
So yeah, we've got a show packed for you. It might be a shortened show. It might be a full 2 hours. We're not sure yet. But either way, it's going to be pretty packed. I mean, wrestling all weekend. Since we missed last week, so we've got 2 weeks of stuff to catch up on. Some Yankees information, some Yankees stuff that you want to talk about that I'm actually interested in part of it. You know what part that is.
Oh, wow. That's the start.
Well, I still don't like the Stankies, but
Oh, the guy that says he never tells them to stink.
well, I actually called them the Stangers the other day. I just had to now, so
Wonder where I got that from.
somehow he blames me. But okay, I digress. Big trade in the NBA we'll talk about, of course. So I think I'd like to start off with wrestling today. That's kind of a curveball. We don't normally start with wrestling,
Okay.
but Clash at the Castle.
Before we get to Clash at the Castle,
Okay.
let's go back starting on Friday. I would start Monday, but I didn't watch too much of Monday Night Raw.
That doesn't surprise me.
But Monday Night Raw is just boring. But anyways, to me, y'all, it's boring. But I want to start off with Friday Night SmackDown because even though I did not watch it, my person I was talking to on an Xbox Live Party had his TV so loud I could hear it word for word, and even all the commercials that came with it, unfortunately. So anyways, we started off SmackDown with
I'm
the
trying
New
to figure
Day.
out who that was.
It's the New Day versus the Viking Raiders
In
and
a Viking match,
the
rules
Viking
match.
match. And,
Viking rules match.
you know, I'm not a New Day fan. I'm not a Viking Raiders fan. I don't really care about this match. However, it was pretty entertaining to see Kofi bring out a Thor's hammer in the shape of a unicorn. And
That was funny.
And, you know, Viking Raiders got the win, which the match went on for like 30 minutes. It's like the opening match. And I was like...
It was the opening match.
and then when the Viking Raiders power bombed Xavier through the, whatchamacallit, the table.
The two tables.
That was kind of interesting reaction from the crowd. I got a huge boo, everything, and I get it, they're heels, but
Yeah, it got a huge pop from the crowd.
yeah. So long story short of this, I know we're just kind of rambling around on this match, but Viking Raiders picked up the win. They did a lot of packages for Drew versus Roman, leading up to the big.
Well, they did a lot of Roman Reigns packages in general because they were celebrating the, being champ for 2 years.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So I thought it was kind of cool. From what I could hear, like I said, I didn't see it.
It wasn't bad. The best part, whether you're a Drew fan or not a Drew fan, was honestly the end because he just came out like a ball of fire.
Yeah.
I mean, he started by hitting a Claymore on Roman in the back, and then he came out and destroyed the Usos, and honorary oof Sami Zayn,
Yeah.
which, you know, anytime Sami Zayn gets his butt whooped, I love it.
You would.
So he's a great talent, and his work as a heel, as an annoying heel at that.
Wait. Mind blown that you just said that. Because every time I've ever mentioned Sami Zayn, you're like, man. So I'm surprised.
Selective memory. Anyway,
Anyway.
it was great work, by not just by Drew, but by the Bloodline and Sami Zayn in general. Despite what Mr. Ryan over here says, I've enjoyed Sammy's work as a professional. I don't always like him because he's a heel, and I'm not a heel guy. Unless your name is Roman Reigns, and then for whatever reason, when his entrance music hits, I just go bananas. So,
BANANAS?
so, but Clash at the Castle. So that was Friday night. Clash at the Castle was Saturday. It was
Can you mention one thing about Friday night that we forgot?
sure.
If you don't mind. Just Drew McIntyre utterly destroying everybody. I mean, took out the Usos, took out Roman, took out Seth.
He did enough on Friday night that you actually most people thought he was a serious contender to beat Roman Reigns for the titles at Clash at the Castle on Saturday.
I thought it was interesting, but let's move on to Saturday, like you were saying. I just wanted to throw that out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you were just giving him props on his work. So, so Clash at the Castle event was Saturday. Local time, it started at noon.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, Ryan got up to watch it. And for Ryan to get up before noon lately has been a challenge. So I give him props. Unless he's going to work. If he's scheduled to go into work, he does go into work. He arrives about 15 minutes ahead of time. Is that better?
Yeah, I get up an hour and a half.
Well, I'm talking about getting at work.
Oh, getting at work, I'm usually like 30 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
But anyway.
last time he called me, he was 15 minutes early.
Yeah. No.
Okay, I'll put that. How's that? So, you love this part. I really didn't. I've always been a fan of Sheamus even when he was a heel. You know this. But Gunther, better known as Walter by
Gunther.
any B, well, according to one of your boys in the Imperium, Gunther, whatever,
Ludwig Kaiser.
Walter, okay. He survived Sheamus. I don't know if you could say he beat him. He survived Sheamus. Now, Sheamus looked like he got his butt whooped, okay? I mean, he has marks all over him. He's red all over. But he's so pale, it happens all the time anyway when he's in a physical match.
Yeah, but Walter is really physical.
I understand that. He looks like he's lost weight, though, Walter.
He's lost a lot of it.
So,
He's in the best shape of his
but he has not lost a step.
no.
And I'll give him that. We're talking about a guy who's roughly 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah.
I mean, he can't do stuff like The Undertaker did back in the day at his size, but he still does a nice little running drop kick, shotgun drop kick.
Yeah. He does.
That's a staple of his or a signature of his.
It is.
Of course, when you see Walter, you just know you're going to get chopped. So, a lot. And, I mean, somebody as pale as Sheamus' skin turning he was so red, his skin was more red than his hair.
And to me, it was a 5-star match. Because to me, that was the match that sold the whole pay-per-view. It was the second match that went on the show. And I know you're not a Gunther / Walter fan, but to me, he's an extraordinary talent. The fact that what he can do.
He is an extraordinary talent, but you're right, I'm not a big fan of his. I think he's rather boring, personally.
Kaiser.
But Walter as a talent in general, yeah, he's really good. The first time I saw him, I was like, oh, this guy, no way. And then I saw the match between him and Pete Dunne a couple of years ago, and I couldn't deny what he had.
Right.
Pete Dunne is one of the best in-ring performers in the ring now.
Absolutely.
I honestly think his shtick as Butch, I'm not a real big fan of, but
I love it. I think
the Butch thing?
No, the Pete Dunne thing.
Oh, okay.
I like Butch. They should have never changed his name. This whole stupid concept that your name is to be changed as soon as you come up to the main roster. He's just idiotic. It was a Vince McMahon thing. I don't know why Triple H hasn't seemed to reverse it yet. It needs to be reversed.
Is that something you can reverse?
Yeah.
Because he's been on the roster for so long.
Yeah, you can change it in an instant. I mean, they own the company, so why can't they? You know what I mean? It's just a matter of when they brought back Imperium. I thought that was tremendous that they brought back Imperium and all that good stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah. It's really, to me, man, it was the best match. It went on for like a good 20 some odd minutes. I thought it was a good match. But we skipped a match in the process. We had Patrol versus Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, and
Damage Control.
And Austin, sorry, Damage Control.
Yeah.
And basically, what happened there was that Damage Control won the match, eventually. And it was the first time Bianca Belair has been pinned all this year.
Yeah, and Bailey's got the one. They made sure Bailey was the one that got the pin, so they're gonna play that up. That Bailey pin champ, blah blah blah. It literally took a finisher from all three of the ladies to get the job done. But the point is, the job got done.
I don't know if they needed it to get the job done. It's just the way everything was set up. I mean, Bianca Belair's not that good.
Whether she is or isn't, that's the way they're pushing her.
Yeah. They seem to like to really push Bianca for whatever reason these last 2.5 years. I guess they feel like she is the most big. Not happened on the pay-per-view, but I believe it was Monday. Aaliyah and
Raquel Rodriguez
won the tag team championship, which is a bit of a surprise because I really thought that
Damage Control.
Dakota Kai and Io Sky had that.
That's the way it kind of looked like they were playing it. They went the other way, so that was great on the unpredictability part. However, they did it in controversial fashion. Supposedly, Dakota Kai wasn't the legal person, even though she was pinned. So, I'm sure the fallout will come out on Monday. We'll start on Monday. From that, I mean, I like that Raquel and Aaliyah won. I'm a big Raquel Rodriguez fan. It's still hard to say Rodriguez, but okay. That's one of those name changes again.
Yeah, I'm not a big Aaliyah fan. I think Raquel did most of the work. I think Aaliyah needs to go back to developmental.
Yeah.
And she needs to train more. But,
maybe not even the developmental. I mean, just NXT 2.0 might be good enough for her.
To me, that's developmental.
Okay. Fair enough.
To me, it's developmental always will be my eyes because I don't believe in this. I don't know.
Which we've got an announcement to make. Somebody from NXT 2.0 is now on the main roster, but we'll save that for just here in just a little bit because actually that's kind of a major announcement, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So, but let's move on.
But back to Clash at the Castle.
Right.
I want to get back to the match after Walter versus Sheamus was gosh, drawing a blank here.
I don't remember what order they ran, to be honest, but I'm trying to get to the Judgment Day match.
Okay, well, we can start at the Judgment Day. That's good enough. But actually, we had Judgment Day came out, and they had a match with
Edge and Rey Mysterio. And of course,
and
Rhea was at ringside for the Judgment Day.
And Dominic Mysterio was ringside for Rey and Edge. Edge. And the one thing that I really like, Goldust Woman, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But anyways, so I want to get on that match right there, man.
That was.
I thought it was interesting, but the pop the Edge got was huge.
It was as good of a pop as you can get in a foreign country. I mean, it was almost like the pop he got when he returned at the Royal Rumble a couple years ago.
I think it was better.
Arguably better, because I mean that Royal Rumble pop was pretty good because that was a pretty good kept secret.
Yeah, it really was, and I thought it was a really good pop. I liked it.
There was two superstars that got really like.
Three. Three of them got a huge pop. Edge was number one, but we'll get into the other two when we get to
Okay.
matches.
Fair enough.
But Edge came out in a luchador mask. It looked kind of cool, and everything went well. So the match itself was.
It was pretty good. It was. I mean, Edge and Ray and Finn are very technically sound.
Yeah.
Damien's not technically sound, but he is. I think, I don't know if you would agree. I don't think you agree, in fact, but I think Damian Priest has the potential to be a superstar in the making.
Right. And I'm also kind of over the whole Edge Judgment Day type deal. I just kind of want them to be done with it. It makes sense, but Judgment Day doesn't seem to be really going anywhere, and on top of it, it just seems kind of meh.
Yeah, I agree.
The storyline's kind of
And
but back to the match. The match was, I thought, overall good. It wasn't a bad. I wouldn't say any match last night was a bad match. However, I do think it was a really good match, and the fact that we got to see that, I thought was pretty cool. Now, the biggest thing is, so Edge and Rey Mysterio pick up the win. And but after the match is over,
during the match, one thing that kind of surprised me was the tag team chemistry Edge and Ray had.
well, yeah, but they were tag team champs before the past.
Talking 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, but I don't think that chemistry ever really goes away. I mean, when two wrestlers have good chemistry.
Well, one of them went gone for 9 years.
I mean, I
10
don't.
if you include the biceps injury.
Well, true, but I don't know. I just feel like once you have that chemistry, it's still.
Okay.
I'm convinced that if the Legion of Doom were alive today, they would still have a great chemistry that they have wrestled in so many years.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. But after the match was over, so Dominic gets in the ring and he congratulates Ray and he gets mad, like he's frustrated with Edge. And then out of nowhere, Dom finally gives Edge a low blow, and then he gets over in his face, and he's like got his hands on his face, like yelling at him, and Ray's like, "Yo, what are you doing? I gotta stop." And then he clotheslines Ray, and he makes this heel turn, which
This has been projected for a couple of months now.
This has been projected for a couple of months, and everybody kind of expected it. However, the thing that made me intrigued by it is, I don't know if you remember, but back in about 2005, 4, somewhere around that area, this is the same thing that Eddie Guerrero did to Rey Mysterio when he turned on him. He did the exact same clothesline up close like Dominic did. And
you mentioned something the other day that was just like Eddie Guerrero, and that he looks like Eddie Guerrero, and you were starting to go down the track that that he might possibly be Eddie's son.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, man. He looks a lot like him. I mean,
I think that's been by design. I realistically don't think it's Eddie's son.
Well, no, but we all know it's
a storyline. It was a really big heated storyline between Ray and Eddie back in the day.
Really good, but some of it interests me now. Is we're talking about this situation with Eddie.
Facebook.
Hey, what's up?
We got a couple of people watching.
Oh, hi Facebook. Hi YouTube. I'm so sorry. But anyways, the one thing that I want to go over is Rhea Ripley seems to have this effect on Dominic Mysterio. where she can have her way and get him to do whatever she wants. So it might be interesting to see Dom join the Judgment Day, which has been rumored for a while now, and if it does happen, where that story.
Now, this is where it gets. Is he going to go with the Judgment Day, or is he going to go off on his own? So,
I think he'll join Judgment Day. It just kind of makes sense.
and we don't have to wait long to find out because they're on Raw.
Yeah.
So,
But the match that I was very interested in was the next match, moving on, would be Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle. Now, the build-up for this match has been going on for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And about a week ago, before Clash of the Castle, things got really intense that made this rivalry take it to the next step. And basically, what happened was Rey Mysterio, I guess I have Rey Mysterio on the way.
Riddle and Seth Rollins.
Riddle and Seth Rollins had an interview, and they were sitting down, and all of a sudden, so-and-so was talking about, Riddle was talking about his family. And Riddle's made the comment, if I wanted to play the man of the relationship, I would fight Becky Lynch, blah, 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 blah.
So this is what gets me is, okay, I don't like Seth Rollins' annoying part of his character, the laugh, the drip, all that. The heel thing I don't mind so much. He's always made a really good heel.
So,
Debatable. And the laugh is just beyond annoying.
no, the laugh is perfect.
No, it's not.
Honestly, I think he's a better heel than a better face.
Seth is a better heel than he was a better face. That was our social media manager, Sleeve, who watched part of the Clash of the Castle with me. Not as much into wrestling as you and me. I'm trying. Without forcing it on him, I'm trying.
So, I apologize, fans. We seem to have internet issues.
We are having internet issues, but we're going to continue going. But, because at least we're recording here.
Yeah. So before we go any further about what we're saying, I just want to point out, be sure to follow our other socials like Facebook, YouTube, and stuff like that, just in case.
We don't have a Facebook yet. Right now, it's just my personal Facebook,
Okay, so be sure to follow the YouTube at least.
which is Elite1_sports, or is it just Elite1 Sports?
Elite1_sports.
So Elite1_sports, Elite1_sports on Twitch and on TikTok.
Because
We can't go live on TikTok. We don't have enough followers yet, but that's just what y'all are for.
Yeah. We are struggling a little bit, but anyways, moving back on.
So back to Riddle and Rollins.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, and then, so Riddle said that to Seth about, if I want to talk to the men relationship, I'll talk to Becky, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then, of course, Rollins waited until the interview was quote-unquote over, and then called out Riddle and about his divorce and how his wife took his kids, and blah, blah, blah. As much as I hate that Rollins did that, I really do. Riddle started it by bringing Seth's wife into it.
Yeah.
So, and there was some legit backstage heat about 2 years ago when Riddle's now ex-wife said something about Becky, Seth Rollins' now wife. They were engaged at the time. She was something about body shaming. She was body shaming Becky Lynch, which really makes no sense to me. I've only seen one picture of Riddle's wife, and of course I've been watching Becky Lynch for years now, and I think Becky's hotter than Riddle's ex-wife. But whatever.
So
That's not here nor there. That's relevance.
that's relevant.
So,
But anyways,
so of course at Clash at the Castle, Riddle came out because Rollins took it too personal, even though Riddle's the one that started it.
Yeah.
So
So can we talk about that segment real quick?
Sure.
How we were talking about how Riddle made that statement, and then he is all of a sudden he's like, "Where are you?" and all that. But leading up to that, Rollins made the comment that that's why your ex-wife left you. Kids don't want to see your bitch ass and all that. And we were like, "Whoa!" And Riddle just started saying, "Where the F are you? Where the bleep are you? I'm gonna bleep you up, man."
yeah,
And then Seth Rollins is acting, and I'm like sitting there saying, "Come find me, bitch. Come find me." So I think it'll be that made it go to the next level.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize how big of a thing that was because
well, at the time, Rollins said he'll never work with Riddle.
I know, but
So-
I'm talking about. A lot of people think that Vince McMahon is still running the company in the shadows, which part of me I believe. But anyways,
I don't
Triple H.
call me gullible, but no, I think it's Stephanie and Triple H running
Well,
it.
it might be, but my point is that segment right there would have never happened
With
in a
Vince in charge.
in Vince in charge. That segment would never happen with Vince McMahon segment.
Absolutely.
So I thought that was brought it to the next level. Anyways, so that's what I was getting at.
Right. Okay, so let's fast forward to the match.
But let's
'cause,
fast forward to the
I mean,
match. I know, but this is a big wrestling week.
yes, and I'm fine with cover. We just got a lot more wrestling to cover.
I know. So finally moving on to the main, the match itself. I thought the match went extremely well.
Yeah, it was a really good match on both ends. I mean, we know Seth's going to perform. That's all he's ever really done is perform, and just above and beyond what you expect. One of the greatest matches I've seen in the last 365 days was Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Not just the one, but you know,
Totally.
they had 2 or 3.
They had 3. And
Because
Seth
the Hell in a
lost.
Cell was the rubber match, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that was Seth lost all 3 of those matches.
I know. Okay, I said the rubber match. My bad. It was the 3rd match
Yeah, it was third
because it was Cody and Seth at WrestleMania. Then they fought again at the Monday night after Mania,
Well,
and
they
then
had,
at Hell in a Cell.
They had 3 pay-per-views. I don't remember what the second pay-per-view was.
WrestleMania Backlash, maybe.
That might have been it. But they had 3 pay-per-views matches, and Cody won all 3, which is nice because we brought everything we needed to bring to the table, you know. But anyways, but we're getting off track. Anyways, the match with Rollins and Riddle, I thought went really well. Rollins picked up the win in the long run, which made me happy. I'm not a Riddle fan, never have been. I should correct it to Matt Riddle now, because they finally gave him his name back. It's not just Riddle.
Right.
But overall match, if I had to rate it out of 1 to 5, I'd give it a 3.5. I thought it was a good match. And then we had the SmackDown Women's title match. We had Liv Morgan versus
Shayna Baszler.
And I thought that was a good match. And unfortunate. And good thing came out. Liv Morgan pulled it out. But Liv Morgan looked extremely winded out there.
She really did.
She looked like she was just dying of breath.
I think, and that might have been part of it is that I think that was part of it. She was trying to sell, maybe, like the arm injury.
Might have been.
But she did. She looked winded, but she did. This is probably the best I've ever seen her look. I didn't see them letting her drop the title quite yet, but I honestly didn't know how she was going to beat Shayna, and she's going to beat her clean. I mean, they've had a controversial win over Ronda.
They did, and I thought it went well for them.
It really did. In fact, she had Shayna in an armbar late in the match, and to me, it honestly looked like Shayna tapped out when she went to roll in on one. Because, I mean, I saw that hand slap like 3 times, but it didn't show it. It wasn't mentioned. So, and then she ended up winning it clean with the Oblivion. after she hit, well, I don't know what she calls it with the knees to the face now, but which got Shayna into the ropes, and then she hit
Enziguri?
Liv hit in Shayna hit the Liv hit
Enziguri?
Shayna with the Oblivion to end it.
Yeah. So I
No,
thought
it wasn't.
Oh.
I thought it went really well. The match was solid. It was nothing special,
Wasn't anything special. It was about what you expected.
but it went pretty well.
I can't say it's what you expected because it was the best I've seen Shayna look since she's been on the main roster. They've had her in all kinds of different tag teams. They haven't taken her seriously in the tag or in the main or in the women's title picture, which is she's always been a heel when she's been champ or fighting for a championship. But I've always kind of enjoyed her work, and so it was insulting to me for her not. I think she waited like 900 days between title matches,
She did.
so title opportunities.
Yeah, but let's talk about let's move on to the main event. So in the main event, you had Drew McIntyre challenging Roman Reigns
In his home,
not
More
really,
or less.
more or less his hometown. But anyways, you're challenging Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Championship, and that match was terrific. I thought the match went extremely well.
I did too.
The one thing I liked was
I'm trying to get a drink of water here. We have 3, and all of a sudden, I can't have one apparently. So,
Yeah.
Anyway,
gotta hide the logo of the local coffee house.
anyway,
They're not paying us.
I know. Anyways,
Yeah.
so I thought it was a interesting match. Drew McIntyre came out to his old theme song, which I really wanted him to play the whole thing. He played like 30 seconds of it, and then switched back over to
Took you back though, didn't it?
yeah.
I loved it.
I
was totally blown away.
I was mad. I was really mad about it
Because they didn't play the whole thing?
because they've been teasing Broken Dreams for a long time,
Have
and
they?
then they played 30 seconds of it. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna go with this boring, crappy version of his song instead." And
Well-
I'm like, come on, like, bring back the good theme music, WWE. This is so much to ask for. But, anyways, guys,
My hands are all up in the...
I know as my lid is all
Okay, I got a new jersey today. Oh, it finally came in today. It was a birthday present.
Yeah.
And you're trying to mess it up.
Yeah, totally.
I know you're a Browns fan and all,
I am.
but I know you like the Cowboys too. Can we not mess up my Cowboys jersey? I'm gonna have these ladies beat you up. So,
And it's raining outside. Welcome.
yes, it is raining outside. Thank goodness. So we need the rain.
Anyways,
My
so
social media manager is just throwing stuff on the
Oh,
ground.
I know, right?
I'm sorry.
So we need
I'm sorry.
to sit here and talk about the match. So overall, the match went
That's
really
me.
well. So pretty much what you can expect in a Roman match. Just a lot of heavy hitting back and forth. A lot of excitement.
There was a lot of back and forth.
Yeah. But one thing that really stood out to me in that match was about halfway through the match, Roman Reigns asked for a mic. And he goes, Cardiff. And then there's like a 20-second gap. And he goes, acknowledge me. And then all of a sudden, Drew McIntyre comes up and hits him with the Glasgow headbutt. And just knocks him on his ass. And I laughed my ass off so hard. It was so funny. And all of a sudden, Drew got this momentum mate, and then Drew's gonna go for this Claymore.
Tyler is out for lunch.
Oh, okay. Anyways, so Drew's gonna go for the Claymore, and then Roman
I can't
Reigns
wait till you have
hits-
kids.
Anyways, so Drew's going for the Claymore, and then Roman Reigns hits the Superman punch out of nowhere, right? And you think it's over. Drew finally hits the Claymore on Roman. You think it's over. He's going for the 1-2, then all of a sudden the referee's pulled out in the ring, and you see this guy just sitting over here in the on the outside of the ring, all dressed in black, and you wonder who it is, and then it's NXT superstar
I didn't wonder, but a lot of people that didn't know.
Well, I knew who it was, but I mean, I'm trying to keep the audience that didn't know. Saying Sikoa?
Solo Sikoa. Sikoa. So, yeah, you had the last name right. Because I keep on calling it Solo Sikoa. It's not Solo Sikoa. It's Solo Sikoa. No, Sikoa.
Sikoa. And anyways, it kind of made things interesting.
It was kind of predicted, and it was out there. I mean, if you're involved in wrestling, it was predicted. They said that Solo got the immediate call to the main roster, so you report to the main roster immediately. Okay.
But we kind of knew. So, anyways, that was enough distraction for Roman Reigns to hit a spear and then get the 1, 2, 3 and defeat Drew McIntyre. And prior to this, though, prior to all this happened, there's a point where Drew and Roman were both down, and then you hear H-Town. And Theory comes out, and he's getting the ref, and he's going up with his briefcase. He's like catching, but Tyson Fury just all of a sudden just like sucker punches. Theory knocks him out.
Out cold.
And that's the.
There was no this. Oh, that was fake. He just laid him out. I mean, fist to jaw.
Yeah, man.
Theory was just like, he was catching his Z's, bro.
Theory was pretty much out, man. And I thought it was great, but overall, after the match ended, Tyson Fury down in the ring, and he shook Roman's hand, congratulated him. And man, Drew McIntyre was laying down, and he went over and brought Drew McIntyre up, and pretty much congratulating him for making his country proud and putting up a noble fight and all that. And for a moment there, I thought Fury was going to punch Drew. I was a little surprised he didn't. But,
Fury?
Yeah. And everything went into, they did some songs. They sang a couple of songs this way. Now, after, a lot of people don't know about this. I have an exclusive because I have a friend that was there at the event. So I get a little bit of inside news of what happened after the show went off there. So they did have a dark match, and it was nothing special. It was just Austin Theory versus Dolph Ziggler, and Ziggler won the match. But the thing that made things interesting was apparently the crowd started rioting, because when they realized like the show was completely over and like Drew was completely not champion, they went apeshit. They started throwing things into the ring and all sorts of stuff like that. So I thought it was really, really good to hear. So
well, there was a sign that said if Roman won, they were going to start a riot,
and
sounds like that's what happened.
And that sounded like legit what happened. So
we're gonna have to get video evidence on this just to watch.
Yeah.
Might take you back to the original NWO days.
You're never gonna be able to have it up.
No.
But today, I know what you were getting at. But today, we have 2 pay-per-views going on today. One of them is actually happening now, or it might just be over. NXT,
I believe it was starting at 4 local, so we got about 45 minutes.
Yeah. So NXT Takeover will be happening tonight. And
what are they calling it? Worlds Collide.
Worlds Collide. And now, I don't know much about the cards. I will tell you the 2 main events, the ones that are going to stick out most to me. Because to me, I'll get into this in a minute after I announce the matches. So, the first one, you got the NXT UK champion Tyler Bate versus against the NXT champion Bron Breakker in a winner-takes-all match. And then in the women's side, you got Mandy Rose, NXT Women's Champion, versus Bea Priestley. I know that's not her name in WWE, Bea Davenport now. And I don't know the NXT UK Women's Champion, the Asian girl. I can't remember her name, guys. I'm sorry. but she's a tremendous talent. Don't get me wrong. And that is a triple threat, and also the same thing, winner takes all. Now, what I think is going to happen is, I think they're going to get rid of the NXT UK championships. And to me, those are the most prestigious titles in all of WWE. To me, those titles are more prestigious than the WWE Championship, Universal Championship, all that. And the reason is...
Okay, explain that to me.
Well, the reason is of how prestigious that title has been held. I mean, we've had great champions, like Tyler Bate was your first NXT champion. He held the title for over 400 some odd days. You had Pete Dunne that held the title for 500 some odd days. Walter came along and held it for like damn near 700 days. And then you had Dragon Nut held it for over a year. And now Tyler Bate's the champion again. And what I'm getting at with this whole thing is that every person that's held this title has brought prestige to the title. They're holding it for a long period of time. And to me, that's more important than just one person holding the title 1,000 days. I mean, in my humble opinion. And I feel
nothing humble about you.
And I think the crowd is way more interesting. They're way more passionate. They're way more into it than they are, because wrestling is a huge thing over in Europe. Yeah, I would even say it's more passionate than it is in the America side.
Okay.
And that's not me jabbing at us, because obviously we're passionate about wrestling. But yeah, so my prediction for those two matches, unfortunately I see Braun Breaker and Mandy Rose both retaining and having both titles. I don't like the idea of it, but that's what I think is going to happen today.
Okay. And then the other one is the one that I'm more interested in. AEW.
Yeah, well,
All Out.
Oh, so you were talking about the actual pay-per-view tonight that we're going to watch. So let's talk about that. So let's work our way from the small cards up to the big cards, if you shall.
Okay, well, I only have like 4 written down.
Well, I know.
And I think you know most of them by memory, but I only have like 4 of them written down.
So the one thing I want to start off on the pre-show, we're going to see the AAA Mixed Tag Team Championships on the line as Sammy Guevara and Tay Mello versus Ortiz and Ruby Soho.
Okay.
I think Tay Mello and Guevara win that. I would like to see it go the other way. But that's my prediction for that match. I think Soho and Ortiz have got good chemistry. But, you know, with the new power couple kind of thing that it is right now, I can see it going the other way. Also, I'm trying to think of a few other matches. There was one more championship. Oh yeah, the North American Championship. Pac versus Kip Sabian, you know. Anyways, so that match is going to be interesting. I think Pac will win it. I think Kip Sabian is well deserved. But they just gave the title to Pac like a couple of months ago, so it just makes sense. So there's a few more matches on the pre-match, but getting on to the main roster, the one that stands out to me the most is the undefeated Jade Cargill. Will be defending the TBS Championship against Athena.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
I'm not an Athena fan. I know you're gonna sit there and go, well, I had strides because I saw her at a local show. That just means the world to me. So she is so good. You know what I mean? But I'm just not. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just not a big fan of Athena.
Yeah, you've never liked Athena, Ember Moon, whatever her name is, Mrs. Palmer, whatever.
Athena. What's her name?
I know what it is in AEW. Whatever her name is, wherever she goes. So I am a big Athena fan. I'm not going to deny that. I mean, and it has a lot to do with that. My very first in-person wrestling show, other than the SmackDown we went to in 2016.
Like I said, he was going to bring up.
Well, I knew you were going to bring up that you didn't like her, so I wasn't going to bring this up. He brought it up. So yes, that is why I like her. And then I really enjoyed the work she did in WWE while she was healthy. Keeping her healthy was always a problem. Now, I do not think she's going to win tonight. I think they're going to keep Jade undefeated, which infuriates me, but
Well, Jade Cargill showed up.
debatable.
So I
See,
think
the way I look at it, Jade Cargill is the exact copy of Bianca Belair, and you don't see the differences, and it's infuriating. Oh, Jade Cargill's so much better. Bianca sucks.
I don't think Bianca sucks. I'm just not.
Oh, how many times? I can sit here with. Never mind.
I'm not a
Never mind.
fan of Bianca. I don't think she sucks. I just don't like how much she's being pushed down our throats. Because Jade Cargill hasn't been pushed down our throats and had 3 main events at WrestleMania in the last 2-3 years. I mean, it's ridiculous, you know?
Okay.
So, that's just basically my opinion on it. So I think Jade Cargill gets the win tonight. We have Jungle Boy versus Christian Cage tonight, and
I can't wait for that one.
I'm not a Christian fan.
But I'm calling for Luchasaurus to make a turn.
Luchasaurus might make a heel turn tonight. I'm not offended by it one way or another, to be honest with you. I don't really care. But yeah, I could see Luchasaurus being a heel tonight. So we got that going on, and then on top of it, we got
Elite versus Hangman Order.
yeah. So the Elite, I think will be crowned the new triple tag team champions tonight, and kind of go from there. Hangman Order is well deserving. I think it'll be a good match. I think Hangman is going to preserve everything because you got John Silver and Alex Reynolds. They're a good tag team, but they're not into a level as the Elite. I mean, you got the Bucks and Kenny Omega. Let's just be honest here.
Okay.
Another match that I really want to go over, the one I'm really excited for, is the
Before you mention that match, I just want to make sure everybody knows. Shout out us, give us a chat on Twitch. It's Elite1_sports. Facebook, well, it's my personal Facebook, and then phone number 817-366-6442.
Yep. That's it.
Okay.
But,
And of course, the video will be posted on YouTube later. So
yeah, so the match I'm looking forward to mostly tonight is the Women's Fatal 4-Way match for the AEW Women's Intern Championship, which will be...
okay, because Thunder Rosa got hurt. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to have Jamie Hayter versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Hikaru Shida, and also versus
Tony Storm.
Tony Storm. Now, personally, I want Britt Baker to win. And if she can't, then I'm definitely wanting
Her partner in crime, Jackie
Jamie
Hayter.
Hayter.
Jamie Hayter.
And if she can't, then I'll take Shida. Just don't want Tony Storm. to be
Really?
champion.
Why are you such a
I like
Storm
Shida.
hater? Why are you such a Storm hater?
I'm not a Storm hater. I like Storm just fine, but I like this other 3 women wrestlers better.
Yeah, I've never. Okay,
But,
I have never heard you say one nice thing about Tony Storm.
One what?
Anyway, one nice thing about Tony Storm.
She has nice looking hair. Anyways, so we're gonna see that match. That should be pretty dang good. We also got Wardlow and FTR versus Jay Lethal tonight, which I think Wardlow is going to win. Should be.
Here's my
good.
question: is Satnam Singh gonna wrestle,
I don't know.
or is he gonna find a way to like weasel out of it?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I can't tell you.
So Satnam Singh is Jay Lethal's bodyguard, but he runs every chance he gets. When Wardlow's like, or actually it first started with Samoa Joe, when we were at the show live in our Metroplex. Samoa Joe came to the ring, and Satnam Singh was the first one out of the ring. He ran so fast. 7 foot giant. Nah, he tried basketball playing with the Mavs. He couldn't cut it, so he's trying wrestling.
So what? So I don't even know this guy. What seems to be your big deal with this guy? You mentioned he played with the Mavericks all the time, and you just you just seem to really despise
Well,
this guy.
I'm mostly just hating on him because he's a heel, and he's playing one of the heels that runs away. Okay, and but he'll talk smack, or he'll let Jay Lethal talk smack for him. Satnam Singh's so tough, big, strong. Ooh, ooga. Nah, bruh. Then fight. First, you had a chance at Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe come down to the ring, and Satnam Singh's the first one out of the ring,
So,
and he's not the fastest one in his group.
so my prediction for this is FTR and Wardlow win.
Yes,
All right.
all right. We agree on something in wrestling. Oh my gosh, the
Now,
world.
to me,
Is the
now,
World
to
Cup
me,
in?
here's two more really exciting matches. The one that I am excited for probably most is the American Dragon. Bryan Danielson will be going one-on-one with Chris Jericho.
Jericho, yes.
Kingmaker.
I think they're trying to call it. Some people are trying to call it American Dragon versus Lionheart. And okay, so Ryan's gonna call me out because I'm such a Jericho hater. Okay, yes, I don't like Jericho. He's a good in-ring performer, maybe great. Let me finish. But I'm not a big fan of Jericho. I respect his work. I respect the work he's put in. Let me put it this way. I respect the work he's put in. But no, I don't like Jericho. Why? I don't know. Just never really have. Even when he was a face, I really wasn't a big fan of him. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Of course, I'm a Bryan Danielson fan.
I like combat Blackpool Combat Club.
Yes.
Money. It took me
okay,
like 29 minutes to get that out. But anyways,
29 and a half.
yeah, so I like them a lot. We have the Casino ladder match tonight. And if I remember right, we have Willa Yuta, we have Ray Phoenix, we have Andre El Idolo, we have Penta El Cerro Meadow.
Andrade.
El Idolo.
Talking about Charlotte's husband, right?
Yeah.
Idolo.
Yeah. We also have whatchamacallit in there. So I'm trying to think of the other people in there. Oh, we have Claudio Castagnoli.
AKA Cesaro.
And then we have a Joker, and I'm probably missing. Oh, we have Dante Martin in there as well.
Okay.
So we have probably one more person I'm missing, and then we'll have the Joker card. Now, Joker. Who would be the Joker? Any predictions?
I think they've signed another free agent, and I just don't know who it could be. I mean, to be honest, Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt have been rumored to go to WWE in the coming weeks. In fact, rumor is Braun's going to be on Raw tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it would not surprise me if Tony Khan swept in, offered more money, or some kind of a sweeter deal. And
So, you know who I think it is personally? I think it's MJF.
well, MJF has not been seen on television in a minute, so that would be. Oh man, this is going to hurt to say. That would be a great Joker. I hate MJF mostly because I hate the heel and the type of heel he is. He's a Miz type. I'm not gonna say rip off. Don't you look at me like that. I said Miz type. The personality's the same. Arrogant. I'm the best in the world. Blah blah blah. People want to see me.
Hold on. First of all, how dare you to ever compare him to that piece of crap, The Miz? When it's Maxwell.
It says Ryan the Miz McMichael.
Says
Okay.
Maxwell Jacob Freeman. Because first of all, he's better than us, and we know it.
He's better than you.
He's better than everybody.
He is better than me on the mic. How's
He's
that?
better than you in every single way of anything being in life.
No, I am.
And anyways,
I am prettier than he is.
Okay, now you're high.
Well, no.
Anyways.
Not unfortunately, no.
But
But
no, I think that's the Joker. But then, of course, I know we're missing a few matches, guys, but to try to conserve some time.
filling my water again.
No, that one's mine.
Anyway, so we need to
Trying
talk
to-
about the main event. We got Jon Moxley defending against the best in the world, CM Punk, in
You let go of it already?
Chicago today,
I'm
right?
just putting it back.
Let it go.
So how do you feel about that?
Exactly.
Our Facebook Live is falling because
Well,
he won't leave my water
somebody
alone.
Had the best of the water.
Um,
All I like.
I love both of them.
But you know what I think?
I want Mox to win,
I want
but
Punk to
after
win.
what happened on Dynamite and CM Punk kind of being reinvigorated, I guess, as long as his foot holds up, I see him beating Mox. I mean, I don't want to admit that. I love me some Mox. I mean, you know how crazy I went when he was so close to us at the local event. I was like a little kid in a candy store.
I really like Mox, but I think CM Punk will win. I like both of them a lot, so I really kind of want to see.
Can't go wrong with either one as a champ, honestly.
Yeah. Now I do like Mox a lot, but I think what's his face will win.
Give me.
It's my water.
Give me.
It's my water. I got the water.
My water keeps moving and disappearing. My water wasn't holding up to Tyler. Just
Yeah,
let me
right
take
here.
a drink, bro.
I'm just saying yours is right
Anyway,
here.
so we have another match.
You could have continued.
Well, I'm sorry, I got distracted. There's all these distractions in the background.
Such a lightweight.
It's kind of like week one, all over again. Anyway,
That was way different. I had people tapping me on the shoulder. Like, when are you gonna be done? When are you gonna be done? Don't worry about it. We're gonna be done when we're done.
so anyways, that's pretty much it. I mean, tonight's gonna be a great show.
I'm gonna be tired in the morning, aren't I?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to bed till like 3 in the morning, so I'll be fine.
So responsible.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't need to.
All right.
So is that it for wrestling?
Yes.
Do you have anything else you want to add on there?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we've literally talked about it for an hour.
So I want to move on to a little bit of baseball. I want to.
Okay.
I
Baseball.
just want to talk a little bit about baseball.
Okay.
Real quick. So since we last talked, since you last saw us on air, Aaron Judge was sitting at 46 home runs. He is now currently sitting at 52.
I thought you said he hit his 53rd today.
No, he hit his 52nd today.
Okay.
He hit it about a little over an hour ago, maybe about an hour and a half ago.
Okay.
The Yankees have seemed to get back on track. They lost a few games. They're only.
I want Aaron Judge to get the bare minimum break Roger Maris's record. I would love for him to beat Bonds' record. I don't think he's going to beat Bonds' record this year.
No, I don't think he'll have a chance at that. He might beat Roger Maris. So Aaron Judge is the first Yankee since Babe Ruth to have multiple 50-plus home runs in a season. So that is
Is that you water?
very impressive. What? Anyways, sorry.
Don't ask me. I had one that was not holding up a phone, and now I have one that's holding up a phone. And
That's crazy.
You have actually two that's holding up a phone and one that's not.
okay, well, I had one that was holding. There was a cup holding
Anyway,
up a
so
phone.
there seems to be a water situation going on.
We like our water here, apparently.
Apparently, I'll have 4 cups.
Starbucks water bill just went up. Oh man, I set him on.
Anyways, so we want to get over that. So
The
Aaron
name
Judge,
needs to be
52 home
nameless.
runs, and it's
Support.
pretty impressive. So we'll just have to watch. I mean, we're coming up with like 20-some-odd plus games left on this season. See what can happen. The Yankees are only 4 games ahead of the Blue Jays at this point, which is the lowest since May. So we'll have to see what happens. And really, as far as baseball-wise, there's not really a whole lot to talk about.
Really isn't. Rangers, of course, they're just doing their youth movement thing.
And,
Bubba Thompson's actually doing fairly well. I mean, he's not lighting the world on fire, but
yeah,
he's bringing the stuff that we were asking for. He's bringing defense. He's bringing speed on the base paths.
So,
And that's one thing I was excited
coming
about.
up
Sorry.
So something coming up next month. Me and you have discussed is possibly going to go see the Yankees and the Rangers here at the ballpark. So we might get to see Aaron Judge in person. Maybe he'll be chasing history at that point.
So we need to sit in left field?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, right field. He's a right fielder.
But he pulls the ball when he's hitting bombs.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah. Anyways, we want Aaron Judge
With
over
it being
on
Aaron Judge, second or third base? Anyway,
Second deck. Anyways, I can't think of anything that the only other thing that's been interesting has happened. Albert Pujols hit his 694 career home run a week ago, and I don't think he'll get to 700 before the
I
season.
pray that he does, because out of all the people in baseball, he is one of those good people in baseball. And to do it in St. Louis, where he started, would be awesome.
Yeah, so I think it would be really good to talk about. So hopefully he can get it and all that. That would be really good.
Oh, one tiny note, but that you and I thought was really impressive was Pittsburgh Pirates rookie
Cruz
O'Neal Cruz. He is not a big, strong guy like, say, Aaron Judge. He is tall, he's lanky, but he has the record for the hardest hit baseball in the StatCast era at 122.4 miles an hour.
Yeah, so
That was actually set not this past week, the week before.
yeah, and that was very impressive. So, like I said, guys, not really much to talk about in baseball. As we get closer and closer to the playoffs, we'll have a lot more to talk about, and kind of go from there.
Yep.
But
We only have one NBA announcement, but it's
so I have
huge.
So I have a couple of NBA
A
announcements.
couple of them. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so,
new.
One second, I might have a call. I apologize, guys.
Why are you?
So, anyways.
And you're getting on to me about being distracted. And you're texting. I'm distracted because I got somebody talking to me.
I'm texting somebody that's asking about the show. Just
Mhm.
they're wanting to know the name of the shows. They want to call in.
Okay.
So I am telling them about it. But anyway, so I want to move on over to the NBA. The first thing I want to talk about is the less significant one. Lonzo Ball looks like he will not start the season for the Bulls. He's got an injury, and the Bulls didn't really go over what type of injury it was, but it looks like it's going to delay him from getting in here and being at the start of the show. Now the big one is obviously the Cleveland Cavaliers have traded. The Utah
Traded for.
Jazz. What's his face?
Donovan Mitchell
Donovan
is what's his
Mitchell.
face. So the Cleveland Cavaliers traded for Donovan Mitchell from Utah. So Mitchell is out at Utah,
And
and the Cleveland Cavaliers just sent the freaking farm.
So Cleveland sent Colin Sexton, Laurie Macklin, numerous first and second round picks, and there was one other major player. I'm forgetting the name, but the fact
It was
is,
because you had a hard time pronouncing it,
it wasn't
and
one
I
of-
wasn't any help. So.
But the thing is, they sent everything in the kitchen sink to get Donovan Mitchell.
Now, here's my question to you, since you're more into basketball than I am. So they sent all that and all these first round picks to Utah.
Yeah,
Does he have any help in Cleveland now?
he's gonna have a bit of help with. There's a player down there. I can't think of his name. His first name's Jimmy. I can't think of his last name. I'm gonna have to look it up. He has a I'm becoming like potential to be something.
Okay.
So it's a little bit that.
What we were hoping Jalen Brunson was going to be here.
Yeah. So I kind of want to talk a little bit now on Utah because Utah traded Rudy Gobert at the beginning of the season. So now Utah's in a complete rebuild.
Okay.
So with all these first round drafted, is Utah now going to be a chance as a playoff team? Because I don't think they are. So
Not now.
They've traded both
Maybe
of
in
their-
about 5 years, 6 years.
Oh, I doubt they're not. I mean, maybe a couple tops because Colin Sexton is good. Or he might.
Yeah, but then you gotta wait for those first round picks to come in
Yeah,
and develop.
but I'm still convinced that the Jazz can get into the playoffs with just Colin Sexton right now.
Okay, so the season coming up is 22-23, right?
Yeah.
So I predict they don't get there till 25-26.
Maybe, yeah. Just about, maybe a year before. So, like I said,
3
about,
years.
so about two years.
Okay, yeah, you said 2, I said about 5.
So it's
We'll
about
say
2
about
years,
3.
So we'll see what happens there. But really, guys, that's about all I can think of that really goes
Basketball.
into basketball. Unfortunately, yeah, we don't really have a whole lot of football news either.
There's not a whole lot. There's a few big things.
But let's start off with some college.
Let's do a little college. My team, which I know is not a championship contender, so I usually don't talk a lot of trash to Ryan about my team. Now I'll talk trash about his team. Let's be honest, I do.
Kind of dumb, but
Not really. Not dumb at all. I think it's interesting that you call it dumb when I'm talking about your team, but when you talk about anything that I like, it's not dumb. So, TCU, my team, played Friday night. They
Yeah.
won big. But like I said, nobody's expecting them to contend for a championship.
Yeah.
They're not even going to be in the playoff picture, much less contend for a championship.
yeah,
Now, OU,
yeah.
um,
So Oklahoma
Played
UTEP,
yesterday.
and Oklahoma won.
big, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a major win. It was 49-13, and it's no surprise because UTEP is not that good.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
that's what
they're not
these
gonna
bigger
compete.
universities usually do is they play a warm-up game.
Yeah, so they're not going to compete against Oklahoma. Really, Oklahoma doesn't have a challenging game yet until around Kansas, Texas. These games kind of happen. Now, I don't know the exact order. I'm being a bad OU fan right now and not being like, oh, well, this is their full schedule right ahead. But I need to find out what's going to happen. But it should be
I just
interesting.
want TCU to have a winning record this year.
I mean,
It could be a stretch. I mean, we got a new coach.
It's doable. So this is the first time that longtime head coach, help me out here.
Gary Patterson.
Gary Patterson's not here. I mean, they have a freaking statue built around the dude.
Yes.
So
So
it'll be interesting to see what'll happen and kind of go from there. Yeah.
I am interested to see what UT does this year. University of Texas.
Everybody knows. Well,
Well-
yeah, I guess you could say Tennessee.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I'm cheering for him.
Yeah.
I only cheer for OU like once a year, and that's when they face Bama.
Yeah.
And then I cheer really hard for them.
Yeah.
Like if you watched that game, if we watched that game together, you were going. This when did you start cheering for OU? Knowing I cheer for them only against Alabama, but yeah.
So
I won't be wearing an OU jersey or anything
May-
unless I lose a bet. But
It should be a really good match and everything. Interesting.
that's all I have for college. What you got? Is there anything
Man,
else?
I don't really have a whole lot of information in college. There seemed to be like a major thing where Georgia, ranked number 3, destroyed Oregon, ranked number 11. It was like 49-3.
Georgia. I am a fan of Georgia.
Um,
It took me a long time.
so, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
took me a long time to become a fan of Georgia. I actually was a fan of their old coach. Me being born again and a strong Christian, come to find out he was. But I didn't find out that he was until he was gone.
So it seems like.
But I am a big fan. I am becoming a fan of Georgia.
Yeah.
They would if they would be my second team.
Well, the phenomenal one obviously is a big fan of Georgia. AJ Styles, for those who don't know. But anyways, man, no, I mean, other than that, Ohio State was ranked number 2, and they beat the number 5 team. I can't think of what they put. Look, you know what, guys? Other than just sitting here going, I don't know. How about we actually Google and go over everything real quick? I hate to be that guy that Googles on a live podcast, but
Don't be that guy.
yeah, you guys got to know the scores. So, because we had some big games. Michigan won big, and I thought that was interesting. Michigan was really good. So, I'm sorry, I told y'all 49-13. It's 45-13 Oklahoma UTEP. Number 1 Bama won 55-0, but they were playing Utah State, which is, you know, nothing amazing right there. Baylor won against Albany 69-10, pretty much. USC 66-14 over Rice. Now, trying to find the Ohio State game because here we go. So Ohio State beat number 5 Notre Dame 21-10.
Okay.
And that's the team I was blanking on.
But I don't think the game was as close as the score indicated, honestly.
No. Ohio State just really had their way. Hey, how's it going, Thomas? Thanks for coming on. But yeah,
Hey,
man,
Thomas.
I think
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. But yeah, man, I thought it was very, very interesting. Monday we got Clemson ranked number 4 against Georgia Tech. Obviously, I think Clemson's gonna just have their way with that. But yeah, man, I think it's college football's back. It's a big thing here in America and all that. Now, guys, I said I was going to cover a little bit of high school football, but I'm going to actually wait on that because I didn't do enough research. To be truthful, this week's been kind of crazy. I'll try to have a better college and a better high school football show for y'all next Sunday.
Don't look at me. I put that all on him.
Yeah, and I will gladly take it on the high school and college football freak. But going on to the NFL, I guess let's start over here with our Dallas Cowboys. So Tyron Smith is
Our
of course-
longtime left tackle, who is an All-Pro,
Yeah,
lost basically for the season. They're talking December if we're lucky.
yeah.
Might as well just keep him on the for that. I mean, literally for that last month.
Might as well,
Just,
man.
I mean, it's, at the moment we have our first round pick,
Hey.
rookie Tyler Smith stepping in.
Thomas Ashton, 1996. Thank you so much for the follow, man. I do appreciate you.
But sorry.
No, go ahead.
First round pick Tyler Smith is at this moment he's going to be the one stepping in for Tyron Smith. I mean, that was why he was drafted. So
Yeah.
I guess might as well. I mean, since Tyron's hurt.
So,
But for that last month, he might as well. I mean, just tell Tyrants, just rest, get ready for next year. I mean, it's the last month of the season. We're just gonna keep Tyler there.
So this is my thing, right? Here's the stat for y'all if y'all didn't know. So over the past 5 years, Tyron Smith maybe played a total of 36 games over the past 6 years. He hasn't done.
It's not quite that bad, but I get your point.
Well, I googled it actually. That's why I brought that up. So he has not started a full season probably since his first or second year, and it's really sad. He's just got a lot of injuries. I mean, he's a great dude, great football player when he's healthy, but he just seems to have one injury right after another. I think personally it's time to move on. Mike McCarthy and Stephen Jones feel really confident with Tyler Smith. They like where he's at. So if they're confident, I feel confident with you. Now, I know you have a lot of concerns because coming out of college, you had a lot of holes and everything, but
He was sloppy in his work. He's big and strong.
Well,
He is
and
big and strong, but he's just sloppy in his technique.
so
And as a left tackle, you can't be sloppy.
Yeah.
In this league, you can't be.
So, you brought up basically the same stuff that Mel Kiper Jr. brought up, and before when he was drafted.
Okay.
Basically, what you're getting on. Well, me and Blake kind of had a discussion about this yesterday. I'm trying to get at the fact that, to me, I don't care what happened in college because once you reach the NFL and you reach the pros, your career starts over, basically.
Well, your career does start over, but at the same
So-
time, your reputation follows you or precedes you, however you want to word it. And I mean, they were looking for Tyler Smith's holds in preseason.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
there was at least a couple of iffy calls
Yeah.
that if it was all pro guard Quentin Nelson from
Yeah.
in Indianapolis, oh, they would have. What?
Yeah.
What happened? I didn't see it. You know how the NFL refs are.
Well,
if Goodell didn't say do it, they're
What? And it seems like, and I'm going to say this now before our first game next Sunday, because that is our first game next Sunday night against the Buccaneers. Looking forward to it, can't wait. But guys, Dallas seems to be the most penalized team every year, and I feel,
and it's gotten worse with
and
Mike.
it's gotten worse with Mike McCarthy, but I still feel like a lot of it is not against us. We get a lot of calls that are just complete and utter BS.
I agree. I
Should
really
never
do.
happen. I feel like the Cowboys are the most penalized team in the NFL every year.
It's if they're not the most penalized, they're in the top 5.
You see, my deal is I'm
Top
convinced
3.
you can have Bill Belichick here as coach. You could have any coach here, and we would still be the most penalized team or close to the most penalized.
See, and as much as I hate to say this about Bill Belichick, don't look at me like that. I don't think we'd be one of the most penalized teams.
I do.
I don't, because he would find a way, whether it be fines or, okay, you get to run laps all day long until you learn how not to, hold them outside the freaking shoulder
I
pads.
don't know, man. I feel strongly about it. I don't think it would change if Sean Payton was the coach. I don't think it would change if Dan Quinn was the coach. You could literally bring any coach in here, and I still feel like it's going to be the same situation.
See, so many people say, well, it's all the players, and you're right, it is.
It is.
It should be, but especially because they're professional. And I'll use that term loosely, because some of them just should not be in the NFL.
Totally.
But at the same time, it's a coach's job to teach them how to block and hold the jersey without being penalized.
It is.
Yes, there is holding on every play on every team, okay? If you don't know that, you're either not watching football or you're just retarded to football rules or how football is played.
Yeah,
I mean.
and I feel like the head coach gets a lot of criticism for stuff.
Probably too much.
Too much criticism because, nobody thinks to go,
But-
maybe the offensive line coach maybe could be like, maybe the defensive coordinator, the offensive coordinator could have had a little play. But unfortunately, whether it's Mike McCarthy or say it was Bill Belichick, it don't matter. They're always going to get the blame, which ain't necessarily true.
See, and I agree with you there to a degree. At the same time, I'm one of the first ones calling out the coach. I'm not saying he should be fired for this. Okay, I'm not that. Okay, I'm just not like that.
So,
But I'm one of those that okay, you get your player, and after you talk to him. If that doesn't work, then the other thing is you run laps. Okay, I'm a 30-year-old man. Stop holding, keep running, or
that's
fine them, hit them in the pocketbook. They all about their money nowadays, right? That's all they care about.
And that's
Well, quit holding, and you'll have your money. Your game check will be $500 more.
I'm sure there's more to it, but what we're looking at, because
We are just fans. We are not.
we're not players. We're not down there on the field. We're not dealing with coaches.
We're not in the front office.
as much as I blamed Anthony Brown last year, I was like, get rid of him, cancel him, put somebody else in the spot. Please, pass interference, pass interference, pass interference. I had to sit there and tell myself, I was like, okay, I'm not looking at it from Anthony Brown's situation. Anthony Brown has to feel like complete dog crap.
Right.
Because he's probably sitting here going, I am legit trying and I just keep messing up.
Well,
So-
there was one game where he got penalized 4 or 5 times, literally.
Yeah, so
There was 1 or 2 of them that were not pass interference.
I know that he got
Because,
called for.
like, on the last drive,
But
their corner was tackling our guy and didn't get flagged, but Anthony Brown goes, flag!
yeah,
And I'm just saying words that I'm trying not to say anymore.
yeah, it's just it's frustrating, especially when it's your team that it's happening to, man, and it just seems so bad. Like, and it's not just the Cowboys. I know we're relying heavy on the Cowboys. There's a lot of teams that get flagged a lot over inappropriate. You know,
It happens to every team.
but it just seems like it feels like it happens a lot more to the Cowboys. But
It really does. Now, in my case, that's 95% of the games I watch are Cowboy games. In Ryan's case, that's not. He watches football every Sunday. It don't matter who's playing.
I love it.
He prefers the Cowboys and the Patriots, and now the Browns. I don't know what the order is this year. Which one's his favorite?
Oh, so
I think the Browns are number 1. Cowboys number 2, Patriots number 3. Is that the way it is this year?
Oh no. Cowboys are definitely number 3. Browns take priority. Patriots are number 2 as always.
That's just cold, man. See, when we were first met and we were friends, Cowboys were number 1, and we sucked it in too.
No.
Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on.
But hold on, we still got to talk about the Cowboys just a little bit, can we?
Sure.
About one thing. So Jason Peters has been brought in for a physical exam, and we need to see if he can pass it. And usually,
I think he's already passed it. They're just trying to iron out the details right now.
So basically, when they bring somebody in for a physical, that pretty much means it's a guaranteed deal. It's just a matter of ironing
Money.
out the details, like you said, in the money. So I think Jason Peters signs before week 1 next week against Tampa Bay, and kind of going off of that. But I want to talk about something that we haven't really talked too much about. Moving on from the Cowboys, of course, is Odell Beckham Jr. is still a free agent, and I don't know why.
I think it's his injury. I mean, I don't think he's completely recovered. First of all,
But somebody should take it. My deal is, I would love for
come
Cowboys.
mid-season, I bet you his phone's blowing up.
I want the Cowboys to sign OBJ so bad.
Speaking of Cowboys and wide receiver, so cut down was Tuesday, this past Tuesday,
Yeah,
and we knew the Eagles weren't keeping Rager.
yeah,
So they didn't cut him. They traded him, which we knew was most likely the option. They didn't want to take that salary cap hit, even though Howie Roseman doesn't really normally care. I think it was a pride issue with Jalen Rager.
I think it
Now,
was,
of course, I'm a Jalen Rager fan because TCU,
obviously.
and I was like, go get him. I mean, you traded Cooper for a 5th. Surely he's not more than a 5th. Was I wrong?
They got a third.
He got a conditional 4th, and they got a 6th round pick.
4th and 6th.
So at worst, the Vikings traded for him. By the way, the Vikings at worst it's a 5th and 6th.
Yeah.
So, but still at that rate, I'm like, this dude was a 1st rounder. Okay. Now I know we got a dynamic kick returner and punt returner now in Turpin, also from TCU. Just saying.
By the way, not happy with him wearing number 9 now.
No, not happy about it at all.
I don't like the idea.
And I really don't like the fact that Jerry's just starting to give up these numbers, because now it's like he didn't do it this year because there was that receiver that didn't even know who number 8 was in Cowboys lore. But at some point, he's been given 88 up for years, and now he's giving up number 9. How long is he going to be till he gives up Emmett's number and Troy's number?
those numbers will be never given up.
I don't trust Jerry. I
do.
can't say that. I don't trust Jerry enough.
I do because I don't.
Because
Emmett and Troy.
Jerry, nothing talks to Jerry but money. And it's really, I've just gotten to the point where a lot of Cowboy fans have been in the last 10 years, or some desperate ones. Oh, I stopped liking the Cowboys when they fired Tom Landry. Okay, well, that's holding a grudge for a long time, but okay.
Or as some people like super over here, like, oh, I just don't like the Cowboys because the way they mistreated Evan Smith, like happened 20 years ago. Like, move on.
Well, I mean,
You're
his
not-
salary cap number was too high, and
It's like
they're just cutting.
it's like you're not a Cowboys fan in general, if that's the case.
I mean, I hated that he went to Arizona, but I mean,
But anyways,
I hated that he went to
So-
Arizona, but he wanted to continue his career,
yeah.
and we didn't want him here for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So,
So
not for whatever reason, his salary cap number was too high, and we wanted to try it with Troy Hamburg.
yeah. So
That worked out well.
I mean, but moving on. So we had.
So we mentioned the Jalen Reagor trade.
But we also need to talk about the Gardner Johnson.
The Gardner Johnson trade, which the Eagles traded for Gardner Johnson
Saints.
from New Orleans Saints, defensive back, safety,
Yeah,
or I can't remember if he was safety or corner.
safety.
So that helps their defensive back. He was solid. He wasn't a superstar, but he was pretty solid. With our wonderful wide receiving core, as is what it's like in a few weeks. Okay, don't criticize. As is, I mean, he's going to be able to lock down our third receiver.
Okay, which will probably be Noah Brown at this point.
Yeah, in a couple. Yeah, it just depends when Gallup comes back. So I think Gallup's.
Supposed to be back by week 3.
They're saying week 3. I think they're not going to play him in week 1. I think he probably could play in week 1. They're doing the whole super cautious thing. Okay. I think you just need to go, Michael. When do you want to play? Tomorrow? Okay, let's go.
Yeah. So.
I mean, you just signed him to a 5-year, $62 million contract.
So.
Let him earn it.
Yeah. So. I think,
And you know Gallup. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know Gallup wants to play.
yeah. Totally. So I think that's totally a thing. But.
One thing we agreed about yesterday is we're not really going to talk about the Tom Brady situation. It's his personal life. We decided. I mean, we discuss it, privately.
But we just want to talk about Tom Brady in general. Just basically, he
Can we talk about the Botox though?
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that. So,
Okay.
Tom Brady looks completely funny. He looks so hilarious with Botox. Well, I'm assuming it's Botox. To me, it looks like Botox.
It looks like Botox to a lot of people.
But anyways,
Technically, no, we don't know. But
but anyways,
we will poke a little fun at that.
But anyways, so we're talking about Tom Brady taking the personal matter to deal things with personal matters with his family, and we're just going to leave it at that. We're not going to break down into it. But the important thing is the GOAT's back, and
Let's hope he doesn't play like the GOAT week 1, please.
but I feel like he is going to tear us apart on defense because
I hope not, because as of right now, I don't have him starting in fantasy football.
oh wow, I'm sorry, mate.
Well, talk to me. You're in all honesty, between the two, you're the Tom Brady expert. Why do you think he's going to tear us apart?
Because I don't think our defense is good enough to stop him. I don't. He's gonna destroy him, and he ain't afraid to throw Diggs' way. He's not. I mean, they
Well,
have,
we know that. That's where Diggs got his first interception last
Yeah,
year.
they got good
Javon
receivers and
Diggs.
everything.
Javon Diggs.
But
Sorry.
anyways, they got
Think
good.
I'm promoting any at all
Can I,
today?
can I talk about Brady?
No.
Anyways,
No.
so anyways,
We're not talking about this.
Are you done?
No.
So when my
Am I
hand
ever
goes
done?
up, your mouth goes shut.
No, I don't
Anyways.
believe by the Miz rules.
Anyways.
Whether it's the Miz or Ryan the Miz.
Just stop. See what
Okay,
I have to
okay,
deal
Sherry.
with, what I'm trying to do.
Try living with me. No way. Now I want to get louder.
No, I want to.
Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead, for real. Go ahead.
Anyways, but no, Tom Brady, I think he's going to be stretch defense. I think their only hope is if the young lion, Micah Parsons, can get to him. I do like Williams, the other defensive end we got
Sam Williams?
to replace
Gregory.
Whip. I think that's going to be a good pick. DeMarcus Lawrence, Tank, if he can get in there, I think if they can get to him and bring pressure, it could be a thing. But if they can't get to him, I think it's going to be a long night for Dallas.
Don't forget, we got Anthony Barr now, too.
Yeah, he's okay. I mean, he played with us before in the past.
Anthony Barr has never played with us. He's played against us.
Anthony Barr played for the Cowboys.
No, he didn't.
I almost guarantee you it.
Want to make a bet on this?
I want to look it up.
Before you look it up, want to make
No,
a bet
I
on
want to
this?
look it up right now. You're making no dumb bet. I'm just curious. If you're wrong, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
He was a Minnesota Viking until this year. The Cowboys
I
were
don't-
interested in drafting him.
I thought he played for Cowboys before he went to Minnesota.
No, sir. But I will let you look that up. I was just trying to, while you're looking that up, let the audience know. If I remember correctly, it might have been the year Zach Martin was drafted.
Okay, I'm wrong. I'll admit it. But there was somebody that played for us that went to Minnesota after that had a very familiar name.
Terrence Newman did that for a while. He went to the
No.
Vikings after us.
Not Newman. Somebody. There's a linebacker. Anthony something. There's a linebacker. that played-
Anthony Hitchens went to Kansas City, if that helps.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe Anthony Hitchens is the one that's thinking of. That I thought played for the Vikings at some point.
It's okay, there's a lot of Anthonys and that
But,
if they didn't play for Dallas, the name swirled around here.
But anyways,
We wanted Anthony Barr.
Yeah, but pretty much league-wise, the only other thing that really stands out is Jimmy G. Garoppolo signed a contract that's going to make him the highest-paid backup quarterback in the NFL to stay with San Francisco. Now, to me, that is an idiotic statement. I don't know why you would do that when you could go get a starter somewhere. I would have thought that Cleveland would have been a good role for him, considering how long Deshaun Watson's going to be out.
Deshaun's going to be out for 11 games.
Now, Baker Mayfield did say that he is going to F up the Browns week 1. It's his personal vendetta.
Can I put him on a fantasy team?
So I think Baker Mayfield will shot with.
He's going to, Baker, he's going to do anything he can to
Yeah.
show up Cleveland.
So, but yeah, man, I can't really think too much about anything football related. Other than that, guys, I mean, it's really been kind of quiet. Obviously, we'll have a lot more to talk about next Sunday because
We won't be here next Sunday because it's week 1.
Yeah.
So,
It'll be fun.
I mean, I guess we could preview. So we need to revisit the conversation of doing it on Sundays. We might have to go to Saturdays or Monday evenings, but we're going to discuss that and we'll let y'all know.
Yeah.
So make sure you're on our, checking out our TikTok, Elite1_sports, our YouTube, our personal Facebooks, and we can always post a video here on Twitch.
Yeah.
Which
So,
Elite1_sports.
And
Twitch, Elite1_sports.
And I'm going to try to get us a Facebook going up this week, and I'm going to name it Elite1_sports, and I'm going to try to get a page, and I'm going to try to promote it so we can get some follows, and I'm going to make a personal vlog on that Facebook page this week. So probably around like Thursday. And probably won't be a whole lot to talk about, just basically what's going on with baseball mostly, because that'll be what's talked about, and maybe a little bit of headliners and a preview for next Sunday's show. But, I mean, gone over everything wrestling. The only other thing I want to kind of go back on, guys, is that since the last time we talked, me and you on basketball were at a pretty big disagreement on the Kevin Durant and the owner situation. But come to find out that Kevin Durant and the owner of the Brooklyn Nets finally sat down and they settled out their differences. And now Kevin Durant's like, okay, I'm going to do what I can to try to bring a championship to Brooklyn. And I know the last show we had, I was kind of like heavy against the Brooklyn's owner, but I was really just more or less being like a client and looking out for the player. Because to me, you got to make the player happy. And
You make a great agent.
and I think that everything is set up and is set up good. So as long as Kevin Durant's happy, I'm happy. And I think it'll be really good. Other thing basketball-wise, real quick, the only thing I think of, watching the, I guess the summer league's overseas. So watching Luka play in Yugoslavia and watching Giannis go up against Joker in a game over there, I thought that was pretty awesome. There's been a few highlight plays. Now, guys, I ain't gonna sit here and get into full details and just be like, oh, this is just so amazing. I don't really watch it. It's just what I see on Facebook or just passing by. But so definitely some good highlights. But NBA season is starting soon. I'm looking forward to that. Once hockey season starts up, I definitely want to be talking about that because as a fellow Canadian, I love my hockey. I love my Pittsburgh Penguins. I don't dislike the Dallas Stars. I think they're fine.
As much, and so I'm only going to say this once, so enjoy this.
Okay.
As much as a hard time as I give you about about you being Canadian, I don't make fun of him for being Canadian. I don't make fun of that he's from Canada. It's just a little thing between me and him because he lived there for the first 16 years of his life, and then he's been here for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, you've been here most of your life, blah blah blah, and all of a sudden you start saying A. It's mostly as a joke, but I'll give him credit where credit's due. You are into hockey, like Canadians are rumored to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's the only Canadian I can think of that I know. Former Canadian.
Former Canadian?
Well, you live in Texas and you have the last 20 years.
Okay.
Once you move to Canada, I will call you a Canadian again, okay?
Well, possibly moving to England next year.
Well, there's been that rumor too, and that's going to be a very interesting podcast, which we'll probably just have to Zoom.
Yeah, we'll have to do a Zoom and we'll bring it on to you guys if that happens.
Microsoft Meets.
Microsoft Meets, Office, and all that'll work. But that's a year in advance. I mean, we might be somewhere completely different. Hopefully, a lot better off than what we are now than a year.
Yes, hopefully we won't be sitting in a local coffee house.
Maybe I'll be making flights over to the US, or Blake might be making flights over to the UK, and we might have sports.
He's hoping, we're both hoping, we're at that rate, we're in the lottery or something.
Yeah, or we're being sponsored very heavily by somebody to pay for everything and all accommodations. Anyways, no.
We need to find a good enough sponsor. He ain't moving to England. Whatever his reason is to moving to England, he's moving here.
No, there ain't nothing stopping that move, mate. Sorry.
You're sitting, if we don't find a good enough sponsor, you still ain't moving?
No, nothing stopping that move to the UK. I'm sorry.
Money talks. Money talks. That's all I'm saying.
Women talk more. Anyways.
No lie. No lie. Okay, so I got our social media manager whispering in my ear. Is there anything gaming we want to talk before?
The only thing I can think of gaming, guys, is
Madden is officially out.
Madden's officially out.
I think it was on our last broadcast, but I can't remember.
No, it was coming out. Madden officially came out, and then 2K will be coming out, I think, in the next week. So I'm looking forward to that.
I think it's right around September 11th, I believe.
On top of it, guys, the new season of Fortnite's going to be here on the 17th. So the 15th will be the last day for the season you can play.
Yeah.
They'll take the servers down for a day and everything.
I hate that.
which I'll go back to Call of Duty for a day or GTA.
And I'll hopefully I'll have Madden by then, so I'll just play Madden for a day.
So I can honestly say I played the trial of Madden 23. I gave it a fair shot. I kind of liked it for a little bit, but I haven't even finished the trial because I'd rather just play baseball or Fortnite or something else. I'm not excited about Madden anymore. But you know, not knocking anybody that likes it. That's your thing. That's your thing. But
When is the new AEW game coming out?
anyway, huh?
He is very interested in, okay, so Sleeth, get in here. Trying to get in here. Wave at
Well,
least.
it's very hard to do it on Twitch, but
Okay, wave at least. Okay. So, the AEW wrestling game.
Oh, Fight Forever. It's been announced. For pre-order, starting today. Now it's rumored to come out December 31st. Now the one thing I am very proud to announce this is me and Blake here. We went to a Rampage event. I guess it was about a week or two after WrestleMania, and we had floor seats. I mean, they're fantastic.
We were like
So guys,
10 feet from John Moxley.
So the best way to describe this, check out my TikTok at Ryan Nunez. I have all of Rampage stuff up there. You can check out the seats. You can see everything. It was
I do too.
amazing. Yeah, but and, I mean, sure, check out his too. I don't remember your TikTok.
Rudy K _ with Sassy Princess or something to that effect.
Oh well, we'll get into that. But
Yeah.
guys, what the good thing is, me and Blake here are actually part of the crowd in the new AEW Fight Forever game.
Yes.
Because,
Of the chants that they do.
yeah.
We're part of the chants
We're
that
part
they
of
do.
the chants. And I can't think of it.
Along with, don't get me wrong, along
What's
with like
the-
10,000 other people.
What's the name of the ring announcer? It used to be
Justin Roberts.
Justin Roberts came out and said, "Hey, do y'all want to be part of the new AEW video game?" And we're like, "Yeah, of course."
Of course, yeah, the whole crowd
and then
went
he
insane.
said, "Tony, can I just ask?" Tony Khan was out all night, and he was making announcements to the crowd. And he said, "Now, Tony, can I just ask one favor? Since they are such a great crowd, can we add them into the video game?" And he was like, "Yeah, absolutely, do it." And we got to make some chants and everything. And I can't believe I'm going to be in a video game. Like,
Right. I mean, you
I know
know,
it's a very
we're gonna be listening to see if we can, single ourselves out or something.
which we won't be
Stupid.
able
No,
to,
we won't, but
it'll be fun, man.
it's just the fact knowing is really cool.
that knowing we're in a video game, the first ever AEW video game ever made,
Yes.
is a historical.
It's order for pre-order. It's ready for pre-order now.
It's ready for pre-order
On Xbox and PlayStation?
on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch. Be sure to go to your local GameStop or check at the Xbox store, check the PlayStation store. Go check it out, guys, or check out the Nintendo shop. It's sure to be a
I will.
fun game. And the thing is, it's made by the people that made, it's made by Ukes, the people that used to make the old
The old,
SmackDown
okay,
games.
the
And,
old good wrestling games.
Yeah. And it takes me back to my childhood because kind of the graphics look like the old SmackDown versus Raw graphics. They don't look super amazing. They're bringing in mini games, which seems a little dumb to me. So I'm a little bit on the edge on the game itself. I'm gonna buy it because I'm
It's AEW.
fan, but
I'm excited.
it looks really good.
So- Sleeth,
Yes.
are you gonna be watching AEW All Out with us tonight? We
Possibly.
put you on the spot. It's a yes or no. Help me out. Put him on the spot here.
A yes or no? No, maybe.
no, just a yes or a no.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be like
Unless-
a 4 hour
If he
show.
doesn't watch it, he's not getting the game.
Yeah.
I'll just make that clear. See, advantage of being the parent of Sleeth, I can make that call.
So
And he's the uncle. So,
we
in all honesty, if I didn't buy it for him and Sleeth didn't have the money, he'd probably go to Ryan and, hey, help me out
yeah,
here.
so it's gonna be fun, guys. I'm looking forward to the game. As far as personal stuff, Fortnite, I don't know if you missed it or no. I'm almost at a 4.0 KD. I mean, I guess yay.
I'm almost at a, like, die all the time, KD. Yeah.
But
You
yeah,
do have over 300 wins, though.
we've been playing.
My teammates carry me.
But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I will be streaming tonight after All Out. If y'all want to check that out, it's going to be on Twitch. It'll be mods_Ironman. Love to have y'all there so we can chill. It's not your thing, not your thing, no big deal.
Make sure you follow all of our social medias. Zleef is on YouTube, TikTok. Of course, you just gave out your Twitch. You gave out your TikTok a minute ago.
Yeah, TikTok is Ryan the Miz, and Twitch is mods_Ironman.
Okay. If you can't, because I can't remember my TikTok name, just follow Elite1_Sports TikTok, and I'm one of the friends on there. And
yeah, you can check that out. And if you wanted to support me on my own gaming journey, you can check out the Facebook at Mods.
Please do.
Ironman Gaming.
Please do.
So,
Dudes gaming all the time.
yeah,
All
if
the
you're
time.
into gaming, guys, I mostly stream Fortnite. Lately, I've been playing some Sea of Thieves, but mostly Fortnite, and I'm looking forward to the new season. I think I just hit level 300 in Fortnite, so
That's playing a lot.
That's a no life. I kind of
You do have a life though. It's just
I just play
you play overnight. I mean, you'll start playing at like 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening, and you'll go till
3 or 4 in the
I mean,
morning.
say the other day you went to like 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that
I don't do
that you don't do a lot, but you do play till 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
I'm just gonna be honest. Not Fortnite. I got on the Sea of Thieves. I had a couple of friends that get on. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and when I got off, it was 4 o'clock in the morning the next day.
That's a
all.
long time you sitting there.
I've been playing. I played 14 hours straight.
With your eyeballs floating.
No, I felt fine.
You didn't have to pee that bad?
No. And my streamers used to sit there watching me eat on the stream, and they don't care. So
I'm
I'll just be like, hey, I'm taking a break. I'm gonna order some food. I'll order some food. I'll play a replay of a Fortnite game for them. They'll let them watch it, and I'll just sit there and order food, eat, and then when I'm done, I'm just like, all right, we're back live. And whoever I'm playing with, whether it's Mason, Tom, Leash, you, whoever. Can entertain them in the meantime if they want to. And I will tell you this: if you do come view me on my own personal Twitch, we are not PG. I'm sorry.
He has no filter when it comes to video
I
games.
have no filter.
The fact that he uses the filter here, I'm very proud of him.
Well, let's just be honest. In general, I don't really have a filter in general. I try to be respectful in places where I need to be. But yeah, so I will tell you there's never a dull moment in one of my Xbox Live parties. The conversations,
he ain't lying.
The conversations we have are wild. Just point blank, man. But anyways, like I said, guys, that's pretty much it about me personally. And like I said, I'll be live tonight, probably around 11 midnight. And we'll probably play some Fortnite for a couple hours. But anyways, as far as the show, guys, I don't really think there's anything else to really go over.
Nope.
We've kind of gone over everything. Just be sure to follow all the socials. Be sure to follow us on here, obviously, on Twitch. Be sure to check out our YouTube at Elite1_Sports. I'm going to be creating a Facebook page for us later this week. I might be able to do it tonight.
Now, just
So Thomas goes, the conversations are fucked. LOL. Yeah, man.
yes, on your Xbox Live party.
Yeah, our
Yes.
Xbox Live combos
That word.
are
That's
really bad. Man.
Yeah.
They are
so. Make sure little kids aren't listening. I try to make sure my
Like, I'm
13-year-old's not listening.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If your kid's gonna watch me, I make it very clear. I put it in the warning. This is a mature audience only. So if your kids watch and they get offended, that's on the parent. That ain't on me. I make it.
There's a
very
reason I don't let my 13-year-old watch.
And there's a reasons why I don't play with this 9-year-old a lot, just because I have very bad mouth.
And my 9-year-old likes you.
I know.
She likes to play with you. And,
I know. I don't mind
but
playing with her.
yeah, and he when he plays with her, he's very
Very-
adult. I will put it very adult, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it like because you're mature. You try to keep your cussing to a minimum. You don't say inappropriate bull crap.
I'm gonna type this out in the chat one more time, guys. I'm really not trying to sit there and just promote me, but I want y'all to be able, if y'all want to come, since I'm gonna be there tonight.
Why not? Promote you. This is our show.
Well, this is our show. But
Let's
you
just
can-
not promote like
I'm not gonna promote.
certain coffee houses.
Yeah,
and
I'm not gonna
we
do
said
that.
another
we-
business earlier.
So we did hit a milestone, man. I reached affiliate 2 weeks ago. And
Yeah,
that was,
I remember we mentioned that. In fact, that
That
we mentioned-
was a big.
I think that was a day before our last broadcast.
Yeah, so I couldn't believe it. It's been a long, hard journey. It took 2 years to get there, but
Let's hope that doesn't happen here.
No, let's hope this one hits faster.
6 months.
There we go. Hopefully sooner.
So we're gonna need y'all to share, like, subscribe on
Yeah.
all of our social medias because we're gonna do this weekly. We might have to change the day. Just
yeah. So anyway,
somebody
so,
send a notification somewhere. I'll check it out.
Oh, okay. But anyways, guys.
Maybe it's somebody liking and subscribing. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but anyways, I was just to say, be sure to check out the page, give support on it, everything. It'd be much appreciated. I know I appreciate it. Blake does too, because we're here to make content for you guys.
And keep our social media manager busy.
Yeah,
I mean, he's really bored right now.
And one thing that Thomas says, a very potty mouth. I'm sorry, Tom. I have not seen your last conversation. He
A
says
Canadian and a Brit have very potty mouth. Yes.
Very potty
Yes.
mouth. Yeah. I play with 2 British guys, and one of them in the
And a
chat
British
right now.
girl.
Yeah, and a British girl. So 3 Brits in general. And pretty soon maybe a 4th Brit. It's mostly me, the Brits, and a couple of Americans. But yeah, it's pretty cool, man. The Brits are so unpredictable. What they say. They like to use words that are very frowned upon over here. But I'm all for it because I want to say it with them. Tim over here with the poop emoji. I know we're crap, right? But anyways.
I don't know about you, but I'm awesome.
Oh, but anyways. But
We're gonna let y'all go.
Yeah, we're just
been
kinda
rambling.
over here.
So,
But thank you so much for coming out for episode 3. We will be having episode 4 in
next week sometime.
something.
7 to 6 days.
Yeah,
Actually, it's, 6 to 7.
6 to 7. But anyway,
Something.
so with that, if you don't have anything else to say,
Just my later days and God bless.
so I wish you a farewell and a good night. Bang.